Good afternoon. I'm Sheriff David Clouse. Spelling on that is Davidclose. I'm Sheriff of Navajo County, and we're here in Shiloh, Arizona. On behalf of the White Mountain Apache Tribe, we've been asked to hold this press conference in their behalf and to give a few details about the officer-involved shooting and the line of duty death today with the White Mountain Apache Tribe police officer who was killed earlier this morning at the Honda Casino, McNary area. With me today we have Captain Jeff Sharp with the Arizona Department of Public Safety, Chief Dan Barnes with the Pinetop Lakeside Police Department. It's a neighboring community to the White Mountain Apache Tribe. Chief of Staff Jerry Goshley with the White Mountain Apache Tribe. Chief of Staff to Gwendina Lee Gatewood, the chairwoman of the White Mountain Apache Tribe. FBI agent, Special Agent Sam Davenport, Brian Swanty, Chief Deputy of the Navajo County Sheriff's Office, Commander McNeil with the Shiloh Police Department, another neighboring agency to the White Mountain Apache Tribe, and Chief Bobby Martin with the Snowflake Taylor Police Department, another neighboring agency to the White Mountain Apache Tribe. We're going to have Brian Swanty say a few words about the incident today, or early this morning, that took place. Then we're going to turn some time over to FBI agent, and then of course we're going to conclude with the White Mountain Apache Tribe Chief of Staff to give a few details from the White Mountain Apache Tribe. The White Mountain Apache Tribe governing body and the chairwoman have asked that we hold this press conference, and it's unfortunate that we have to meet under these circumstances. This morning we lost a wonderful young man that has served his community for the past year with the tribe, and prior to that he was a detention officer for the Navajo County Sheriff's Office, and he served his community well, and he's served with honor. And we're all at a loss today with the loss of his life, and we ask that the tribe is currently with the family, and they're obviously going through a very difficult time, and we ask that we give them their respect, and we ask that the community also be mindful of them and remember them in their prayers as they're struggling with this loss. And with that, we're going to turn a few moments over to Chief Deputy Brian Swanty to give a few details on the incident from this morning. Chief.
Thank you, Sheriff. Hi, my name is Brian Swanty. It's BrianSwanty. So this morning, today's date, right about 1 o'clock this morning, the White Mountain Apache tribal police officers were responding to the area near the Honda Casino, which is just south of the town of Pinetop Lakeside. The call was for a shots fired call, and upon arrival of the first officer that arrived, encountered the subject matching the description. The officer got out, made initial contact with the subject. A very, very violent physical altercation took place that resulted in the officer being shot. The suspect fled from the scene a short distance and was engaged by another White Mountain Apache tribal police officer where he was shot and killed. There are no outstanding suspects. We have one suspect is deceased, and our officer is deceased. Nobody else is injured or outstanding. At this point, like the sheriff said, the primary investigation unit for this is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So anything regarding the investigation, we're gonna have to refer to them. But what I will do is give announce who the officer was. We've got permission from the tribe to release that information. The officer's name is David Wesley Kellywood, and I'll spell that Kellywwood. Officer Kellywood is 26 years old, lives in Pinetop, Arizona, and he is survived by his wife and 2 young children. I also have a photograph that I can disseminate of Officer Kelly Wood to y'all following. But here's a photograph of Officer Kelly Wood. Sheriff?
Thank you, Chief. Next, we're going to call up FBI 8 Special Agent Sam Davenport. He's the supervisor for the Pine Top office, and his agency is the lead on this investigation. We'll turn some time over to him to answer and give a statement on their investigation.
My name is Supervisory Special Agent Sam Davenport. I'm the supervisor for the Pine Top Resident Agency Phoenix Field Office for the FBI. First of all, I would like to express our sincere condolences to Officer Kelly Wood's family, his friends, members of the community, and to the tribal officers and the White Mountain Apache Police Department. Times like these are very difficult for officers, especially in a tight-knit community like this one. At this time, we are the primary investigating agency in this matter. As you may know, the Federal Bureau of Investigation investigates all the major violent crimes on the Indian reservations. In this case, we will be handling this investigation going forward. Unfortunately, due to the fact that it is an ongoing investigation, there's not much I can say about it at this time. Short of what Chief Deputy Swanty said, that an incident happened this morning, early hours this morning near the Honda Casino, in which an officer and subject engaged in a violent confrontation. Both were shot and both are deceased at this time. I would like to thank our partners with the Navajo County Sheriff's Office, the Tribal PD. We work closely together with these guys, and it is amazing when you see the outpouring of assistance from all the surrounding agencies. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Chief Klaus.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have Chief of Staff to Chairwoman Gwendina Lee Gatewood, and also representing the White Mountain Apache Tribe, Jerry Goshley, give a short statement from the tribe.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Jerry Gloshay Jr., Gloshay. I am Chief of Staff for the Chairwoman Gwendina Lee Gatewood of White Mountain Apache Tribe. Today is a sad day indeed for the entire White Mountain Apache Tribe. It hurts to lose someone that is a protector of his family, a protector of his surrounding communities, a protector of his people, and a protector of White Mountain Apache Tribe. And so earlier the Tribal Council adjourned their meeting and announced that the family is currently meeting at this time to plan the wake and funeral arrangements. And upon that information, when it is released, we will release that to the folks in charge here. And Officer Kelly Wood leaves behind his wife, Camille, 2 children, and he had been in service for about 9 months. Very energetic, proud young man to be in the field of law enforcement. And so today the Tribal Council, the governing body, announced today as a day of mourning, as well as the day of the funeral when that will be announced. And also the chairwoman, the Honorable Gwendina Lee Gatewood, is working with Governor Doug Ducey and his staff for placing all flags in the state of Arizona at half-mast. And so we want to thank you all for your thoughts and your prayers, and we want to also pray for all law enforcement throughout the United States of America. Thank you.
So that'll conclude our press conference. We'll open it up to a few questions. As you heard, there's very few details that we're ready to release at this time. And of course, we appreciate all the agencies that are represented here today. As it was spoken about, this is a very small community that we work together well, and appreciate all the support that we have from each of all the representing agencies here that work together to face these terrible situations every day, and to stand strong and to fight against the people that try to harm our officers in the line of duty. Officer Kellywood was a great young man that served very well, and we're deeply saddened by his loss. And we ask you all to remember them and to remember his dear family in your prayers this day.